So prison story time, and this one's kind of funny. So I was in Green, and in Green at the time, like Bloods weren't allowed to live. So any blood that came into the jail was getting beat up and ran out. But every once in a while, you'd have a couple tough Bloods who come in. So one of those happened to be coming. I don't remember if I told the story on him or not. He was in the day room and he was willing to fight everybody. He wouldn't leave. So basically, dude got his boots on and he's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not getting out the door. I'm not going nowhere. Fuck y'all. Boom, boom, boom. So the Netas, the Kings, the Crips, and the Disciples was all running Bloods up out of there at the same time. Like all those gangs was anti-blood because of the shit that was going on with the island, with how everybody on Rikers Island, well, all the Bloods on Rikers Island, it was basically bullying everybody because they had the power. Now, to tell you the truth, like in my time in the prison system, like, yeah, Bloods were the most powerful gang, but they weren't the biggest group. It was probably 5%ers. 5%ers were massive. And I'm talking 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. Like, yeah, there was a lot of Bloods, but I feel like there was more 5%ers. And the 5%ers, a lot of them, they was really willing to go. Like, a lot of them was about that life. So they ended up jumping this Blood dude that was in there. The Blood dude wouldn't leave. So he went to sleep with his boots on, his thing over his head. And which was a common thing. Like, dudes would go to sleep with their boots on. Like, that means they ready to get into a fight or an altercation if some shit goes down. So while he's sleeping, they ran up in his cube and start whooping his ass, right? Because in the dorms in Green, there's like cubes. There's a cube, a cube, a cube, a cube. There's single beds, and then in the back row was double beds. So they start whooping this dude, and I never forget, there was a bunch of the Yetas that went and ran over there. This little Spanish dude ran over there and whooped this dude. So the 5%er dude, what the fuck was his name? He was working in the mess hall. He's a cool dude too. I never had a problem with this dude. Nova. Dude name was Nova. So this 5%er dude named Nova, he was like, yo, I told you motherfuckers about doing shit like this, like while I'm trying to sleep. Like, I really feel like it was more like he woke up out of his sleep and somebody was getting beat up and he felt like somebody was like trying to run up on him at first. And then he realized like, oh, this shit like ain't got nothing to do with me. But he was still mad and felt some type of way. This dude went out to the, now mind you, there's like the dorm here, and then you come out the door, there's like a big day room, and then there's another door, and there's like a little day room, but it's glass, so the CO can see in there. Like, well, it's probably like plastic, plexiglass, some shit like that. So, and then if you go this way, there's like the bathrooms and shit. Of course, the bathrooms ain't got no glass. So everybody's up now. Dude got beat up. He went to this one dude and he was like, oh, you're not going to help me? And there was this big Muslim dude with dreads. I can't remember. The motherfucker was crazy as shit. I cannot remember his name. But he was like, man, get the fuck out of here. Boom. And he was mad big. So the Blood dude like got up out of there. The Blood dude was like trying to make a scene. But he wasn't telling on nobody, but he was just trying to get the fuck up out of there because he didn't want to get beat up. So the COs came in, they woke everybody up. Now everybody's out in the big day room. They're looking at people's hands, because what they do is when you get in a fight in prison, they come and they look at your hands to see if you got scars or bleeding or blood or anything on you, because then they'll take you down for the fight. And I seen dudes go to the box for fights that they had nothing to do with, just because the situation happened where their knuckles was fucked up or they had blood on their hands from something else, working out, etc., like doing push-ups on their knuckles. Like, that shit fucks your knuckles up. You're gonna go to the box for a fight that had nothing to do with you. So the Neta dude who had just jumped the Blood dude, like there was a bunch of them, comes out, and the dude Nova was just like, didn't I tell you, stop making all that fucking ruckus in the middle of the night? And just snuffed him, like just cleared him, like boom, punched the dude. Now mind you, Nova was a stocky dude, black dude, stocky as fuck. The little Spanish dude went flying through the air. Like, he probably went 2 feet in the air. And there's like garbage cans, like right there by where the door is to go outside. That door's locked all the time. So there's like a metal door. You open that, they let you out for chow and wreck and shit like that. Dude went flying into the fucking garbage cans and nobody did nothing. So I'm like, damn, like y'all Nietas like just jumped somebody. And now this dude just punched your man head off. And y'all didn't do nothing. And don't get me wrong, the 5%ers was powerful, and they probably would have lost. Nah, because they had the Latin Kings backing them at the time, and the Dominicans was cool with them too. So they had like this whole like Latin thing that was like kind of strong. But yeah, punched that dude through, and it was so crazy to me because I was like, yo, y'all just jumped this dude. And that was, I was new to prison at that time, and I just started to realize from that point, I was like, yo, dudes will really do some shit only because they feel they can get away with it, or because there's a large group of them. It's kind of like there's a lot of bullying in prison, especially by like the dudes that's in gangs and other large groups. They feel like they can bully people because they're in larger groups so they can get away with it. But yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm gonna start doing more prison story times. Still got a ton of stories and shit. I mean, I was in a bunch of violent places, a bunch of bullshit. I got a bunch of shit to talk about. It's just, I don't want my content to be just prison content. I understand y'all want to see a lot of that. So I'm going to make a couple more videos with it, maybe a video or two a week, but make other content as well. And I feel like some things are more important to talk about than prison. I tell prison stories to keep you the fuck out. Prison story is not a nice place. Don't matter what gang you in, who you associated with, you can still die.